Hi guys! So I got a new camera. I'm hoping it's a bit clearer so you can see the details. I will thank my brother for this. But for today's look, it's going to be with cranberry colors, so burnt coppers and reds with a bit of a green, and we're going to make it a bit smoky. So start off with a fresh palette. I just have on a moisturizer, which is my Kiehl's, just a daily moisturizer, and we're going to start off by neutralizing our eyelid and with our concealer, and then applying our eyeshadow. So I'm using a concealer, Face Atelier number 2. And I'm just going to apply it all over my eyelid and neutralize any discoloration. Just blend it through with your sponge. And then you're going to set that with the pressed powder. I'm going to use again Face Atelier number 1 translucent. So it's absolutely colorless. It just helps everything stay in place. Okay, so for our eyeshadow work, we're going to start off by blending from a cranberry on the inner duct into a green and then a bit of a black on the outer third of the eye, just to add a little bit of a smoky finish. So for the lid color in cranberry, it's actually that color, and it's actually called Cranberry by MAC. So just cover your entire lid with this color. And you can go back over just in your crease to blend it out. Same color on your brush there, and just help blend it upwards. There, so you'll start seeing it's just a wash of a color and it just diffuses upwards without any hard lines. Next, what we're going to do is with a bit of a smaller brush, you're going to dip into a green. So I'm actually going to use MAC, it's called Club. So it's a really nice, medium tone of a green. Just apply it to your brush, and just from the inner part of your eye, so halfway outwards, you're going to apply the green color. And just go back in and blend it through. Okay, so that's what it's starting to look like now. So it's still super light, and we're going to add a bit more of intensity with a solid black. So it's just a black eyeshadow. I'm going to stick with MAC in Carbon. And over the green on the outside here is we're going to blend in the black. So this is what helps smoke up the eye. Okay, so now we see it's a relatively hard line there. That's okay. We're going to go back over that and blend it out with our crease color. So I'm going to use a wide fluffy brush, and with the green that we used, mix it in with a bit of the cranberry and just blend it over your crease here. In this area here, I'm pulling pigment down because I want to get a hard line, and I'm just going to clean up the messiness after with my concealer. So once again, now that we have a bit more to work with, we can define a bit more with our black. Okay, so that's what it's starting to look like. Don't worry about this messiness again, we'll clean that all up. And again, depending on the comfort of yourself and makeup, you can always intensify this style or just soften it. So I'm going to go in with an angle brush, it's a fluffy angle brush, and just with a really light tone, it's almost a white, we're just going to add our highlight. So you apply the highlight right beneath the brow bone. This kind of ties everything together and also lifts up the eye. you want a bit more intensity, I'm just going to go back in and intensify the cranberry color, just so it's a bit bolder. And then go back in with your green. And then last step is to apply your black. Okay, so this is pretty much your eyeshadow work. I'll just look it down for you can check it out. Again, the messiness, it'll be gone, so don't be concerned with that. But this is what it should be looking like right now. Okay, next for our eyeliner, I'm going to stick with a liquid. So with a flat angle brush, dip it in some water, and activate either a cake eyeliner or an eyeshadow, whatever you prefer. I'm actually going to use a cake eyeliner. It's in a gray, so it's just not as intense as a black. It's just a different take on using eyeliner. So apply it to your hand just like that, and then once you have the right consistency is when you'll go in and apply your liner. So with liner, I like to start in the inner duct and then just continuously draw little lines until you have a line. Perfect. So if it's uneven, that's totally fine. We can fix it up once I do the little flick out here. It helps smooth everything out. Okay, so once you've completed your entire line, just join right here, the exact same liquid liner. We're just going to join it with a minimal flick on the outer corner. So the same thing as we did before. Just right here, draw the line downwards. And then join the top to the line you previously drew. And then you just fill that in. Okay, so once you have your line drawn on the outside, I'll show you what it looks like. So you can see it right there. So just imagine this is all going to be gone. So it's going to be a really nice clean edge there. And the next step to add a bit more intensity is a liquid liner again. I'm going to use black, and it's a cake island just like that. Apply it to your angle brush. And instead of covering the gray line we just drew, instead, right where your lash bed meets your eyelash, you're going to draw a really, really thin line with the black. Okay, so we haven't covered the gray line. What we've actually done is if I look just like that, you're actually just creating a really thin line that just helps create density in your eye. The next step to do is to do our bottom eye line. So you have a couple options here. You can leave it completely clean if you'd like, or if you want to add a bit more intensity, which I'm going to do, I'm going to stick with green though. So mix a bit of your green on a thick angle brush into your cranberry, and just on the bottom of your lash line, just pull it across. Okay, so that's essentially your bottom line. If I come closer, you shouldn't see a really hard line because we didn't use any liquids. It's all eyeshadows. So you just want it to diffuse from the dark green into a cranberry, just so it's a soft effect. I'm going to go ahead and do my left eye, and then once we're done, we'll start our foundation. Okay, so this is our eyeshadow work. This is what it should be looking like right now. And I know that the mess beneath here is quite dark, but that's okay because I'm just gonna cover that with my skin. But I'm gonna come closer just so you can see the blending and stuff. If it does look messy here, that's totally fine, we're gonna clean that. Next will be our foundation. Today I'm gonna use Laura Mercier. It's the oil-free foundation in tan. I'm just gonna put a bit on my hand and then start applying. I'm gonna use my beauty blender, and again, like usual, it's damp. So just apply all over your face. Okay, so because this foundation is oil-free, it doesn't move as well. So if you find your skin is dry, I would avoid it altogether and get a more nourishing foundation. So now that our foundation is done, it's pretty even all the way across, except for right there. There. The next step is our foundation. So definitely under our eyes. We need to still clean up a bit of that shadow that fell beneath here, and then just apply it to other areas where you feel you need some correcting. Okay, when you get to cleaning up the concealer here, okay, I like to use like a triangle shaped brush, sponge, because it has that hard line. It helps you maintain this. So you're just literally gonna pick up the concealer you have and pull it. This is our concealer. The main thing here with your eyes is that you want this to be relatively clean, and you don't want eyeshadow to come beyond your liner. So your liner is a guide. That's what kind of has the effect of lifting the face. Really lightly apply some pressed translucent powder just to set your foundation and your concealer. Just apply it to where the sun would naturally hit, and just to add some warmth. I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to use a cream blush. So it's MAC. It's called Tint. So it's a really neutral color. And it's just a nice way to apply a blush naturally. So apply your cream blush this way. Instead of using a sponge, use an actual powder brush. So put it on your brush, wipe a bit off on your hands, and then smile and apply as you usually would. Just make sure you blend it a bit more than you normally would with a blush. After your blush is done, we're going to put a highlighter right above it. And the final step in this whole highlighting and contouring is to just apply a bit of a highlight right on your inner duct of your eyes to open up that area. I'm going to use the exact same highlighter as used in our face, so it's the MAC. Just with a loose powder brush, just right between here. For our lips, I don't want them completely neutral, but I don't want too bold of a color, so I'm going to find something in between. So for my liner, I'm going to use Face Atelier in Deep Plum. And then the actual lipstick will be this color. It's MAC Viva Glam number 2. So just line your lips as you normally would, and then fill them in, and then put the lipstick on top. Okay, so that's your lip liner. The next step is just to follow the shape you made and fill it in with some lipstick. The next step will be just some mascara, and then we're all done. Okay, and there you have it. This is the final look of today's tutorial. So it's a smoky eye with cranberries, a hint of green, and then just a bit of a black in the eye. So that should be what your final product is looking like. If you have any questions, email me, and I will see you all soon. Hope you enjoyed it today.